All right, we've got Geoff Dennis also with us on the phone line. Geoff, good morning from Mumbai. But you want to get your perspective on the current uncertainty and nervousness that's surrounding global markets on the back of now the currency war that we've seen kick off this week as well.
Yes, well, the way I've tried to portray it here is that the trade war is now definitely morphed into a currency war, given the events of the last 2 days or so, with the Chinese effectively allowing the currency to go through the critically important 7 level to the dollar, and the U.S. Responding really quite quickly and very precipitately by declaring China a currency manipulator. So I think that really upped the ante in the trade war, effectively turning into a currency war. And the post I put up about this yesterday simply made the point that these two things, a trade war, tariffs therefore, and a currency war, competitive devaluation, is exactly what you had in the 1930s. And it represents a real heightening of the risk, I think, to the global economy. And this is, frankly, why, of course, markets have had such a tough time over the last 3 or 4 days. I think there's great worry now about what it means for the U.S. economy and what it means for the global economy. And that's why we must all hope that we get some sort of resolution to these conflicts between the U.S. and China fairly soon.
Geoff, just wanted to talk about the crude dynamics as well, because I think it's very important for the emerging market basket. The fact that Brent crude is now closing in the bear market, it's down 21% from its April peak. Would that on paper at least make markets like India attractive?
I mean, everything else held constant. Certainly a lower oil price does help India because you import all your oil and therefore it helps the balance of payments, and of course it also helps inflation, although somewhat offset, of course, by the fact the Indian currency has gone down in the last 2 days, although again this is in part because, of course, of the government's announcement on Kashmir. However, it's always a two-edged sword, the oil price, because a big drop like that in the price of oil in these circumstances means two things. Number one, it means a stronger dollar. In other words, stronger dollar typically translates itself into lower commodity prices, including oil. And there's no doubt at all that fears over the global economy, which have been enhanced